And of course someone has started loudly driving a car outside. That's fun. I wonder if you can hear that. You probably can. Alright, well, please ignore them. That's fun. Alright, so let's see, what was the other... Right, so the other big thing was... I did a whoopsie. When I was planning my modular frame factory last time, I was using a Satisfactory tools plan which used alternate recipes that I did not have, which means I had to go in and fiddle with things a little bit so that now it is using recipes that I do have, which means that the numbers of stuff that I need are a bit different. So we're going to have to go. I mean, we need less coal now than we did before, so that'll be fine. Limestone is, I mean, there's a patch literally right there, but the stuff that I'm grabbing for this, I need 300, and I think I only had like 100 or so last time. And we need, unfortunately, way more iron. We need almost 700 iron now. Like, and honestly, I'm tempted to just like go alternate recipe hunting, but I don't know. I kind of want to just get this going. So this is 240. So I just stick that in, make this 300. No, not 30. Make that 300. And check to make sure that's Mark IV belt. That's Mark IV lift. And boy, I hope whatever belt is in there is Mark IV. That's a storage container, and this is a Mark IV belt, so we are good for limestone. And now for iron. We're going to need way more iron than previously, to the extent that this patch might even not be enough, even fully overcharged. But we'll see. I mean, we're certainly going to need more than one full belt, which is a little awkward. So let's take a quick peek down here. How much iron do we have? So this is 120. Could be boosted up to what? 300? So 2 of these boosted to 300. So now we have 685. I've rounded up by 1 in all of... I rounded up on all of these, so like technically this is a bit more. But now we have 685. We need to actually get it up there, which is going to be... It's going to go up in 2 batches, basically. So 2 Mark IV belts are necessary. And I do need a merger here. And that goes in there, and that goes in there. And this one can hook up to the one that I already have, and this one can just also go up 2, 3, 4, turn around that way, and whoop, fell off the ladder. So I need this to be like that. And then do that again. Okay, well actually we're going to need to mess with the foundations a little bit because it is underneath the foundations, so we need to bring this out and around here. So then you can come up here and then curve around this way. And we have another box there which you go up into, and then that box connects to there, and we have enough iron. Alright, now with all that done, we have the output, we have the raw resources needed to make our factory. So that's cool. And then this is the limestone. And that is the upside of using trains, by the way, is I just have to do a little bit of messing around at the start and finish, and I don't have to run an entire second belt along here, which is very nice. Alright, so, and then this is, alright, that's coal, this is limestone, this one is iron, and the iron one is going to need, again, a good old double storage container, which I guess I could probably make just one industrial storage container and be fine, but we have that. Alright, we now officially have all of the raw resources that we need at the site of the factory, except for water. We need 391 water, which should be pretty easily able to grab from down there. It's a big old ocean. Or is that an ocean? Yes, that is the ocean. Alright, so now the question is, do we bring the water up here, which requires pumps? Or do we bring all this stuff down there, which requires just a lot of belting? And I honestly think the pumps are just the slightly simpler solution to that problem. More energy and efficient, but who cares about energy efficiency when you have convenience? Okay, so we need to build a ladder down. Alright. So this ladder will be the way up and down from the water source. Alright, so now we just need to place extractor. Please fit in a nice convenient way. Yes, extractor. Alright. So those are our 3 extractors. We conveniently have power down here because of the random sulfur mine that I'm no longer using this for. And the extractors are hooked into power, so this will be 360 water. Right, so I do need another one, which can go there, and hooked up to power. Alright, so now we need to basically pair these into 2 groups of 2, which will be 240 each. and then hook them up to pipeline junctions, and then we have to get these pipelines up there, which I just realized I placed the pipeline junctions in a rather stupid way, but whatever. So now we have this. Alright, so we need to get this up there, which means basically we need to run a wall, which means we need a foundation. Alright. Wall, up we go. Oh, do I not have wall mounts? Hang on. I don't have wall mounts. That's annoying. And I also... Yeah, okay, well... I think we shall head back to the main base and unlock some thingamabobs. We have a lot of tickets lying around in various locations. So yeah, I guess that will be the next step, is going back to the awesome shop and buying some stuff. And unfortunately, I do not keep screws on me because the awesome shop is literally the only thing in the game that requires screws in the build gun. So I don't have them set up to dimensional storage. So let's just take a quick walk. Hey, look, more limestone. That's convenient. We're just gonna take a quick walk, pass through this random factory, which doesn't have a sink on it. So we're just going to keep on going. And keep on going. Alright, this way we can get to our hypertube. So let's head over here. I may as well pick up some barrel nuts while we're at it. Can't hurt. Alright, and into the hypertube we go. So yeah, this will be fun. Get to unlock some stuff at the awesome shop. How exciting. I think we need to stop by a sink first to actually get coupons. I don't know how sinks work. Do sinks track... Do sinks store coupons individually, or can I stop by any sink to get the coupons? I suppose we will find out. Alright. We are here. I don't suppose I happen to have a lot of coupons already. Nope. Literally zero. Alright. So let us head over to... I believe there is a sink right here. I don't know how much coupons are in it. $99 apparently. So it looks like they do track together. Alright, that's a lot of coupons. So, let's see here. Pipeline wall, pipeline floor. May as well get conveyor, walls, ceiling, and floor as well. And I mean, I don't hardly ever use hypertubes. I'll get wall outlets as well. For organization. Yeah, let's unlock some signs. And some lights. Customizer, don't really care about. Foundations, not super worried about that. All the architecture stuff, which I don't ever expect to use. Let's just buy all that stuff.
If you sense your productivity slipping when it gets dark, don't worry, this is perfectly natural. Fortunately, fix-it lights allow you to never experience wasteful darkness ever again.
Alright. That's fun. Now we can do a couple of things more conveniently. So now we head right back over. And start construction on our heavy modular frame factory. Alright, we need to get up here and run over up here, get across this little canyon, and we are almost there. Past the Caterium factory. And there it is off in the distance. You can even see the wall that I need the wall supports for. Alright, we are on the train tracks. Hello. Alright, so yeah, now we can get these pipelines headed up this wall. Like so. And like so. Now we need to get up ourselves. And keep the wall going. And keep the pipes going. So now we jetpack up to here and bring this up with us. And then we just keep the wall going. At this point, it's probably going to be easier to work from up here. Oop, don't fall off. So this way we can get a better sense of when it's on level with us, like there. And there. And then we bring the pipes onto the foundation. And now we just have to hook up all of the pumps needed to actually get the water up here. So, I guess we're going to have to hop back down here. So there's water at this level. So we can start the pumps there and there. And gosh, Mark 1 pumps are not exciting for this purpose. Alright, well, that's something like that. This is the same on the other side. Alright, now we just need to bring water up. Or now we just need to actually attach the power to all these pumps, which will be fun. So let's have this guy attached to a couple of them, and then I actually need that to be a wall outlet Mark II. And continue bringing the power up. I wonder why those pumps are yellow. Alright, can I get to the other side of this ladder, please? Alright, so then we have this, and it hooks to that, and it hooks to that, and then we keep going up, and then it hooks to that, and it hooks to that, and then we get another one of those, and you keep going up, and that hooks to that, and we need more pumps on this one. That goes there, and this hooks to that. Does that one need attaching? Why is there no water on this side? What's going on with that? So there's pretty clearly something wrong on the left pipe. Maybe the first pump was too high? Maybe like that will work better. Oh, where's the power pole for it? I don't know, it can hook directly into that, that's fine. Is it... Please work. Alright. Maybe it just needs something on the base to give it an extra boost. Yes. Alright, cool. That's working. And that's working. Alright. Pumps. So fun. Just losing all of our power. Alright, and then That one is good. Alright, we officially have pumped water up here. Alright, so that is all the water sorted, and what's the power situation like? It's very wobbly, but also very stable, and nowhere near running out of power. So that's good. Alright. So now we have everything we could ever need right here on this foundation. And now we need to start using it. So, first thing we need is like 1 billion refineries. So that'll be all the water and all of the iron will go into refineries for pure iron ingots, and I need 20 of them. So, let's see. Do I have a refinery blueprint? I do. That's convenient. Alright. But we need space for this. And there is, unfortunately, a train track running like all around here, which certainly causes some problems for putting down 20 refineries. So I guess we go up a bit further. And how tall is this train? It's like 2-ish tall, so if we just build the factory up there, we should have plenty of space. Yeah, so I guess this will be the ground floor of the factory, so to speak, which means that these stupid pipes are going to have to come up even further. And be up here instead. So yeah, we get rid of those. We get rid of those. And those go up there. And then I guess we can extend this out here. I've heard that the floor holes are kind of buggy for pipes, so I'm not sure I want to mess with those. Instead, it seems like it'll be easier to just bring them up and over like this. And is this going to need more pumps? Yeah, looks like it's going to need another set of pumps. But hopefully just one more set. And where on earth is the power? See, this is the problem with the tiny little versions, is that they're hard to find. There it is. Alright. So we now officially have water on the foundation. Now we just need to build this into a proper floor. And I guess we'll go 2 rows of 10. That makes sense. So yeah, let's get our refinery input manifold set up. And I'm going to need a lookout tower just to see what is going on. Alright, so I am up here. Have my refinery input manifold. This platform is going to need to be bigger. So yeah, just give me some extra space. Now this whole refinery thing is pretty much like the bulk of the factory. It's like half of the power consumption and most of the buildings. So let's set this up. Just something like 1. And we need a little bit of a gap for the pipes to connect properly because pipes are annoying. 2, 4. Please line up. Where is the point? Where is the alignment? They should be aligned directly to the... No, I have no idea how they're aligned. Okay. It should be something like this. Oh, I saw it flicker for a moment. Okay. It's probably... Probably aligned like that. No, it is not. Okay, somehow I was horribly fooled. I don't know how I thought that was gonna work. You all go away. And get the last couple bits. Replace the foundation. And there's the lineup. Okay, it's a lot further forward than I thought. So this is 6. And now we come over here, build out extra space. We just need another 2 more blueprints, and then to hook all the blueprints up. Alright, and that is 8. And that is our first line of 10. Now we just need to hook the pipes up and hook the actual iron and water in, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so this all needs to be set to pure iron ingots. Pure iron ingot, 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 and pure iron ingot. Alright, so that is all that. And now it needs power. Which will be pretty easy. And the output manifold for this, fortunately, is trivial because it is just outputting a single solid. 2, 3, 4. 5. 6, 7, 8. That fell off. 9 and 10. Alright, so now we have all of this hooked up to power. Well, once we actually hook this up to that. Alright, so now we need to hook stuff up. So this needs 200 water, which is just one of these pipes here. Boom. Water attached. And then we need 350 iron, which is going to be a bit harder to get. Is this right? This feels wrong. This is 35 iron ore per minute. Alright, right, so the last one is like half of one. So we need basically I actually think this will be easy. I think we can just do regular old Mark IV belts, and I think it'll sort itself out pretty much. I think it'll sort itself out automatically. Alright, this needs to get up on the foundation, and no, I don't like that. That probably messes with the train. So instead, we're just going to have a nice little conveyor lift here. Like so. Alright, tier 4 conveyor lift, bringing the iron ore up. And now we bring it around. And I think this comes in this way, yes. And let's see, then we need to hook these belts up, which the first couple belts will also need to be tier 4. So I will, I guess, make all of the belts tier 4 for simplicity's sake. Although this is probably quite wasteful in terms of encased industrial beams, but it's fine. Alright, so this is the first row. Now we just need to set up this again. And, well, we also need outputs. So this output is going to be 650, which is a bit complicated. So that is going to be more than a single belt. So that's fun. Total output is a little short of 1,300. So let's see, 65 divided by 480 divided by 65 is going to be 65, 130, 260. So 4 of them would be 260, which means 8 of them would be 520, which means that 7 of them would be 450-ish. So 7 of these can fit on a belt. Okay. The power of figuring out ratios as you go. But it'll be fine. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it'll be easier and more sensible, I think, to have them just split good old 50-50. So the ones poking into the thing have to be tier 2 because it's 65 instead of 60. Very convenient, thank you. And then the belt itself has to be tier 4 because it needs to be carrying a lot. So this is 260, and then we build another merger going the other way for the other 260. Okay. Heavy modular frames. Turns out they are a bit complicated and require a ridiculous amount of throughput to work. Alright, and then this can run down this way. And we now have 2 belts of 260. I will curve this out. Actually, wait a minute. If this is 260, then wouldn't tier 3 work? $65, 130, 260. Yeah, so tier 3 actually works for this. So I'm just gonna downgrade all of these belts real quick to save a huge amount of resources, which I will almost certainly need. Alright, so we have that. Now we have to run another set of this, which is going to need more space like here, I think, probably. And refinery blueprint. So let's have this lined up like so. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Alright. Row 2, electric boogaloo. Now we just need to do all the little tidying up that has to be done. So pipes are connected. Now we need to connect the pipes to the actual water source, which is this pipe here. So that runs along the edge like that, and then up into there. And then we need to finish this input manifold, which is going to need to be tier 4. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Just place in a lot of really fast belts. Alright, so that is that. Now all of these need to be set to pure iron and powered up. Set to pure iron. Set to pure iron. Set to pure iron. Set to pure iron. Gosh, this would be really convenient if I had the other alt recipes that used literally like half the iron. But what can you do? Now we need to get the power poles for this. Which is apparently going to get stuck on a ladder first. Where are my spare power poles? Genuinely where? There's one. Alright, so you get to bring power there. And then you get to hook up to a whole bunch of things. And then run another power pole over here. So you get to finish hooking up to the rest of the things. And there we go. Now we just need to bring the other iron up here, which is as easy as pie. And then we have, well, actually, it'll be more convenient, instead of bringing it up there, to run around and bring it up here, so that it is already on the outside and doesn't have to do anything weird to wrap around. And then that goes in there. And we have this going. So, in theory, I need to set one of these refineries, let's say this last one here, to like 56%, I guess, to make the numbers exactly correct. is easy to do. And manifold is manifolding. Iron is ironing. Hey look, a sulfur spot. Or limestone, rather. Fun. Alright, now we just need to set up this. We run these along like that. And then we have to set up 2 belts of 260, which is 5 mergers each. Can be managed by a tier 3 belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we rotate that one around and get 5 going this way. No, you don't go down like that. You go there, and you go there. So all of these belts need to be Mark II because they produce 65 iron ingots a minute, which is a very silly number to produce in my opinion. This whole thing would be a lot simpler if you produced 60 instead. Alright, and now we have these ones, which run along as Mark IIIs. And then this is the other set, which runs along as Mark IIIs. Alright. Now I guess we just wrap these out to prove that they exist. And iron ingot production will be done. Alright, so we now have a lot of iron ingots. So, where are these iron ingots being used? Well, I'm glad you asked. First we need like 18 of them to go to solid steel ingot production, and that will also require the coal that we have, which is going to be like hardly anything. And then we need 160 for cast screw production, and 1,066 for iron pipes. So yeah, the bulk of this is going to iron pipes, and the rest is going to assorted things. Alright, so we need to... Alright, yeah, we need to get 178 iron. So we'll round up. This is actually going to be kind of a pain. Alright, well, let's just say... Let's gather all of these up in one location. Does that clip? No, it doesn't. It just comes kind of close to clipping. So let's see what happens when we gather all of the iron up. And we can just basically have like a giant manifold, I guess. Alright, so this needs to go up a little bit and then back down. And it needs to come over here next to this iron. Alright, well, we have our iron collected into 2 groups of 2. And I think I would like to collect them into one group of 4 belts. So that will have these belts go over there. Yeah, you can curve around like that. And you can curve around like that. And then you run just as far that way as you can. You run just as far that way as you can. And we keep them going. And we keep them going. Alright, and then these can curve this way. And we now officially have a lot of iron production all gathered together, somewhat compactly. Alright, so now we pretty much just need to like run it past the steel factory and just branch off some of one of them into that. And we only need like one foundry at low power, so that's nice. Alright, so let's get our one foundry in like that. And alright, so we need a splitter here. So some of that can go in here, and you are set to solid steel ingots at 45%. And hooked up to power. I really need to just like have a bunch of random extra power lines around. It makes things much more convenient. Alright, so you're hooked up to power. And then we have to, I guess, curve all of this back around this way, where it can be, where it can run for the next production line, which is also going to involve splitting some off of this. Alright, well, I guess we should hook the coal up to that first. So which of these two is coal? This one. Alright, so you just get a tier 1 belt. Head it up here. And sneaking in along there. And that doesn't clip with anything, it just gets close. And then into the machine. Easy peasy. So we'll deal with that output later. For now, we have cast screws to make with really quite a lot of constructors. But it's only going to need 160 ingots. let's get some constructors down. I need 12.8 constructors. So that's a fun normal number. And this manifold runs the wrong way. Of course it does. Okay, can we fix that super easily? Yes. We can have it run along this way. So we just have constructor manifold like this. And give it a good amount of space. And give a splitter for this to feed into. No, that doesn't need to be Mark IV. Alright, so I need 12.8 constructors of this. So that's 2. 4. No, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. Alright. And mass dismantle. Get all of that out of there. And the last few bits. Patch the hole in the floor. Constructor manifold. Alright. It has to be like this. It's 2, 4. 6, 8. Just add some more foundation in so that we don't run out of space. Now it's at 8. 10. 12. And one more constructor. 13. Alright, and now we just need to hook all of these guys up with cast screws recipe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, can I? Does this work? Is this how this works? It sure would be nice if it was. Let's check. Nope, not how that works. Alright, well, we tried. I know there's some way of doing that, of copy and pasting recipes from one machine to another or something. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Alright, so those are all set up. Now we need to belt them in, which requires Mark III. And it's this nice, fun little pattern because of blueprints being annoying. Alright, that's that. And now we hook this up to power. Hello, I am doing well. I am setting up a heavy modular frame factory, which is famously like ridiculously complicated for this portion of the game anyway. And that's 6. And we have another power line, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And alright. So that is power hooked up to all of these. Now I need to figure out how much screws I'm actually making. It's like looks like one batch of 160 and another batch of 480. Alright, that's kind of convenient actually. So I guess how much would a batch of 480 be? So it's not gonna work out nicely, but so we're gonna have to hook all of these belts up. And this is gonna have to run on 2 separate belts, but that's fine because I'm using it for 2 separate things. Alright, so we do have to do some quick maths here. So this is 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. So this machine needs to give me a split either way. Alright, so basically this one needs a splitter where half of it goes this way to the 480 and the other half goes this way to the 160. And I'm also going to have to tear all this out, unfortunately, to remake the mergers pointing the other way. And like there, and there, and there. And we hook all the belts up. Alright, so now we need to upgrade the belts. So this is 480. Yeah, so just have it come out like that, I guess. And then this is going to be 160. And so it can have just a regular old Mark III belt and come out like that, I guess. Alright. So that is the cast screws and the solid steel ingots. And so the last thing I need my iron ingots for are the iron pipes. So there's another batch of 26 iron ingots coming out of that. Alright. But that's fine. So that's that. So I guess next up we do the steel cast plates. which requires... I just have to make sure that my math is right here. So these are so each of these belts are 260, except for this middle one here, which is a little less. So, yeah, okay, yeah, this one belt will be enough to provide all the iron ingots for all the side projects. So now this will run along a bit further. Like, I don't know, we'll say there, I guess. And then this will be where the steel plates happen, which will need... No, wait, hang on. This needs to be over on the other side of the screws, otherwise things are going to get messy. So instead of that, we need another splitter just awkwardly in here, and that doesn't work. But if I rotate this splitter so that the input is that way, I think this will work. No, why would you do that? Why would you do that instead of anything sensible? Just go in. Thank you. Alright, and then this is going to need to shift over a little bit. Like that, so that they don't clip. And then this will be the source of iron ingots for our steel cast plates, which are just 2 foundries, which can be set up very easily with just a little bit of space here. Alright, I do not have a foundry manifold blueprint, but that's fine. It's not very complicated. It's just foundry. This is steel. Alright, well, I guess we do need to set up the splitters, and like so. Take those out. Then we take this, we hook that in. Then we take that, we hook it into there. And then that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and that goes there. And steel cast plates. So we need 80 total. So these make 45 each. So this one needs to be set to 35. Alright. Alright, hook up to power, which is available from here. Grab that, we bring it in, power, power. And then we take these and we merge them out. Yeah, let's merge them out that way. That'll be fine. And it needs to be a Mark II belt coming out the end, so like that. Alright, steel cast plates done. Now we take the steel cast plates and the 160 batch of screws to make reinforced iron plates, which we can do now. Just bring this down over that way. Alright, and we need 3-ish assemblers, which is not inconvenient. So, assembler manifold is quite big. Let's get some more space, both horizontally and vertically. Alright, assembler manifold can go like there, and then one more assembler next to it, which has that and that. Alright, that wasn't quite correct, but close enough. Alright, so then these are just base recipe reinforced iron plates. But this last one is at 67%. No, which is... It's just going to be easy to type 67%. There we go. Now we have to find power back here, which is right there. 2 and 3. And now we hook in our iron plates, which have to wrap around here and then down into that. And our screws, which go up there. These belts need to be upgraded because this is 160 screws. So that's that. Yeah, and then these belts also need to be upgraded. And I'll upgrade those belts just for good measure. And just like that, we should have our reinforced iron plates, which just need to hook up the last of the machines on the back end. And this is only 13, so only Mark 1 belts. Alright, so that is that. Now the only thing we need are limited by iron pipes, so let's run back, grab all the rest of our iron, and do that. Alright, so this is the other big thing. So we need 11 constructors of iron pipes, which is apparently going to use almost 1100 iron ingots per minute, which is going to be complicated. So we have this, is the main one we've been using so far. Let's run that out that way. Alright, well, we're going to have to do some... I think we might want to do some like merging and stuff to make sure that this all works out nicely. Yeah, okay, so basically what we're going to do is have a merger and a splitter like so, So now let's do the math. So this is 260 minus 18 plus 26 plus 160. So we have 160, 186, 190, 200-ish. So this is like 60. That's like 260. So if we merge these two together onto a tier 4 belt, it'll be able to carry all of them fully. And oh, that's the incomplete one though, right? So this is complicated. Alright, well, anyway, we're going to continue on with the plan. So now we make another merger here. So that this one gets hooked in with a splitter of its own. And that's tight, but I'll allow it. Alright. So now we have that, which is almost certainly 480. Because we have, that's 260, that's like 230-ish maybe. And then that's 60. So whatever this works out to, this row is going to have 480 in it. Which means that now we know that we can set up a production line of our constructors that uses 480 and know that this belt will be fully done. So constructor manifold. Just like that. And iron pipe? Yes, so this is 100 per minute per machine. Which means that this will be... So I just need to set up like another 2 of these. Line up like so. So this is 400 per minute. And one more constructor here is 500 per minute. Which is, of course, too much. Which means if we hook this all up, and these internal belts are going to need to be Mark II, which is very hard to reach in and grab them, but they need to be Mark II, and that one, and that one's already Mark II. Alright, so now we hook this up to power, and let's just get and alright, so those are all hooked up to power. Now we tell them to make iron pipes, iron pipe, iron pipe, iron pipe, and set this one to 20 a minute so that it's only using 80. So this line uses 480 iron ingots a minute, and that needs to be Mark IV. So this uses 480 iron ingots a minute, which I'm almost certain we're producing. and then it outputs the correct amount of iron pipes, presumably, which is going to be 25, 50, 100, 25, 50, 75, 100, 120 iron pipes here. So then we just merge that one up and make these tier 2 belts. Alright, so that is 120 iron pipes, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 4.8 constructors. We need 10.6. So now we have all of that. We need to just do this again. Alright, we're gonna need to configure these splitters somehow so that the leftmost path gets priority, which I'm not sure if smart splitters can do. Right, so this needs to be a smart splitter with, I believe, oh, it probably doesn't actually. We'll just assume that it works as is, and then if during bug fixing we're just gonna have to pay attention to this, I guess. Alright, so yeah, that is definitely capped out over there. So now we have to take this, which is an unknown amount, and this I really wish this weren't so complicated. So I guess what would be easier would be to say that this is going to be too much production for these two, but that's fine, and we're just going to make the correct amount of production for these two, and call that, and then like it'll work itself out probably. Hang on, this doesn't need to be a splitter there, that's already feeding in there. Yeah, so I think I had even messed that up to begin with. So yeah, so that's the mostly drained one there. That's the one that's not at full capacity there. They combine together to make probably not enough to fill up that, but whatever. These are all going to be these two remaining ones are going to be 260 each, which is going to be 2.6 constructors each, which is quite simple. So let's give us some more space here to work. No, not on top of that. Alright, so now we just have another constructor manifold, which is facing this way, and is there, and then that can shift over there, and then in, we're going to have to worry about getting the pipes out later. I think we'll get the pipes out over there, and that will work out fine. So this is just 2. It needs to be 2.6-ish. Which we can do. Upgrade even these stupid little internal belts. Set these to iron pipe, but 60%, and iron pipe. Grab power pole, get up 1, 2, 3. And then coming out of this one, we have our iron pipes once more. And one last one of these, and then we will be done with iron pipe production. We'll still have some steel pipes, or somewhat encased industrial pipes to do, but we are almost done with, like, I would say, like, the bulk of the production, at least in terms of quantities of items. We're never going to have to deal with the 1,000, like, the massive multi-belt abominations that we've been doing so far. We just need to make these all tier 2. I think that needs to be tier 3 still. Yeah, and then we come down here. We grab this belt. We bring it over and in. And we power this one up. We tell them to make iron pipes. And we hook these in. Alright, so now we have, right, and this one is going to be at 60%, of course. So now we have 2, 4, 5.2. I feel like I've done the math wrong somewhere. We should have 10.6. Are we missing a belt? We have our 4 belts here. This one is being mostly expended on steel and plates and screws, and is then fed into here where it merges up with this one, which is less than 260. Let's do the math. We're supposed to have 10.67 constructors, so we have 2, 4, 5.2. Even if this were running at full blast, this would only be 10.2. I'm not feeling good about this math. Did I do the math wrong at any point? This is 65, 130, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, alright, so I did the math wrong. So these groups of 5 aren't 260, they are 325. Yeah, because I had counted them as if they were groups of 4 when they were groups of 5. So that was the mistake there, which means that at 325 they do actually need Mark IV belts right near the end. And I will also need to attach, yeah, and then this also needs to be Mark IV belted up. I think that group there doesn't need the Mark IV belt, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so now this whole thing is much larger, and this might not even be right now. So this is 325 minus 160 minus 187 minus 197 minus 204. So it's going to be like 125, so it'll be like 440 something, so it'll actually be fine, I think. Yeah, I think we have enough space for this merge to work properly. Yeah, I think we have enough space for that merge to work properly. And then we have the rest of these are going to need more as well, which is definitely inconvenient. That is a lot of conveyor belts to upgrade. I hope we don't run short on our industrial beams again. That would suck. Yeah, and then we have to upgrade this really long one around here. We also have to make sure not to miss any spots during the upgrade. Like that, and that. And then that is upgraded, that is upgraded, that is upgraded. Alright, and now we just need to upgrade these last bits near the end. Alright, and now, so these are 325, which means that that's wrong. That needs to be a full-on merger. And we need another constructor right here at the end to be clocked down. Wait, did I put a merger there? Yeah, this has to be a splitter, obviously. Which means that needs to be torn down and splitter put in. Right, and then all of these belts need to be at least tier 2. Most of them need to be tier 3. And then this needs to be merged into the end, which will be, we are going to need to boost these back up to normal production capacity. Set that to iron pipe. Hook it up to power. And then this needs to be like 25%, because it's 325. So we have 3 full power ones and 1 25% one. And then same thing over here. This needs a splitter. And it all needs to be attached up. That needs to be upgraded. That needs to be upgraded. And we need one more constructor here. Which gets... No, not that. Why would you do that? That gets in like that. And of course that needs a proper merger. And all of this goes in. That gets 100%. This one gets 25%. And power hookup. And I believe that should be it. So that's 3, 6. So that's 6.5 here. And this is like 4.1, I guess, probably, if I had to do the math. And so that should be enough pipes for everything to be used. Now we just need to figure out what to do with them. So we scroll over in the Satisfactory Tools page. So we take 120 pipes. Right, we need to make concrete out of that limestone we have back there, and then yeah, okay, we can do that last, I guess. For now, we need to take 66.667 steel pipes, combine them with the reinforced iron plates to make steeled frames. Alright, so the reinforced iron plates are like back there somewhere in those assemblers. Our steel pipes are in kind of a confusing mess right now. I have no idea how much is even being produced in this one, but it's probably like 25, 50, 75, 100, probably like 110-ish. And those are going to be 75 plus. Those are going to be like 81-ish each, I guess. So a total of 160. So like a total of 270-ish. Hang on. Wait, I can just do the math here. Yeah, so it should be 266 steel pipes, which means they all fit on a single tier 3 belt. So I am going to take these and fit them all onto a single tier 3 belt, so that I don't have to worry about these bizarre combinations of numbers, and I just have a belt that I can just draw stuff off of as needed. Alright, so we have pipes there, we have... Let's just slap down a merger in the middle of this, and say everyone gets to attach to this merger. Why is this belt going this way? I pulled it because I pulled it out of that instead of here, which is where it's actually supposed to come from. Alright, so that goes around that way and hooks into the merger. And thank God we do not have to deal with weird, obscure numbers of steel pipes ever again. We just have a tier 3 belt. Alright. So now we have that. We take a splitter off of this, So yes, congratulations, you're all here together. Now some of you immediately leave. So we take a splitter off of this and bring them over here towards this side of things. Please fill in these holes in the floor. Alright, so now here we have our reinforced iron plates, and here we have our steel pipes. So we just need to set up a line of assemblers for the modular frames using a recipe which I am reasonably confident that I have. I believe I checked it. Alright, so let's set up this, and it's going to be like 2... Is this lined up or not? The blue arrow was like flickering. Okay. Let's get closer, and then maybe it'll be more happy to show me the blue arrow. Come on. Give me the... Alright, so that's all lined up. So that's 4... And just extend that out a little bit more. Another assembler manifold. Alright, no, it's got to be somewhere back here. Like that, okay. Cool. 2, 4, 6. And then one more makes 7. Kaboom. Alright, so then that splitter goes there. That goes up there. And the belts all feed in. Alright. So that is almost that. We need to fit those in, and then we're probably going to need to upgrade these past Mark 1 belts. For now, let's get the sealed frame recipes in. Yes, I do have it. Great. It would have been a catastrophe if I thought I had it, but I didn't. Alright, so we're just going to set this recipe and all of these. Alright. Settings are set. Now we grab power line and hook them up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so they are all hooked up to power now. Alright, we're gonna need how many steel pipes for this? Just more than 60. Alright, so yeah, this goes up there. We bring that around here, and then in there. And like literally the first one, probably. No, probably like the first 2. Let's just make them all Mark 2 just to be sure. And the reinforced plates don't need any of them to be Mark 2 because we hardly use any of those. Right, and then this last one is set to 67%. No. Well, let's just actually set it exactly to 2 per minute. Cool. Alright. So that is steel frames done, and that is one of 4 things finished. The screws are the second of the 4 ingredients for the heavy modular frames. So those are finished. The pipes are the third of the 4 ingredients for the heavy modular frames, so those are finished. And then finally, we just need encased industrial pipes, which means we need first to make that limestone into concrete, and then combine it with 120 steel pipes, and then we will be finished here. And by finished here, I mean we're probably going to be bug fixing this for quite a while. So let's see, this would be the limestone box. Yes. Alright, and I need 300 a minute of this, which does mean tier 4 belts, unfortunately. So you come up here, and then... God, we need to get this... I guess we could just bring it up and over. But that would be kind of gross. I don't know. I think bringing it around the side is going to look better. But we are going to need to hop some belts to get there. Alright, so then this can sneak just barely through those pipes. It's not spaghetti if it doesn't clip. That's my motto. It's a bad motto, but if it's that precise, you have to do it. It's like it was made for it. Alright, so let's bring this limestone. Alright, we need to get the limestone all the way around over to the steel pipes, which is, I believe, gonna be probably involve skipping over some machines anyway, or going a very long way around. I guess it can go a very long way around. So yeah, let's bring it like out here. And then continue bringing it out here. Alright, and then it can come back in to the main stuff like there. And then, oh, don't fall off. It's a long drop. So it can then come over here, and now it's only going over belts, which is fine. Alright. The concrete is officially in the zone with the pipes. Now I just need to fill in its constructors, which I guess from the way this is set up need to be facing this way. I need 6.7 of them. Lots of weird numbers in this production line. Alright, so this... No, actually this is going to be a mess. There is no reason to do that in this hyper-congested area. We are going to go even... We're going to set up the constructors here, I think. So just give me some more space. Our factory, by the way, has almost reached the limestone source anyway. So that's just inherently ridiculous. we're just gonna ignore that. We're just gonna ignore the fact that we've had to bring the limestone a further distance because we brought it on train than if we had just not. Yeah, let's just not think too deeply about that ridiculousness. Alright, so that goes in. And we just need to get 6 of these going. So that's 2, 4, 6, and 0.7. Alright, so yeah, then that needs to be hooked in there. These blueprints need to be linked up. Alright. Now we need to actually set these to make our concrete, which is gonna be 45 in, 15 out. So we're gonna need tier 2 belts on the exit and tier 4 belts, only the first one. We can go down to tier 3 belts for all of the internal ones. Alright, so then we set all of these to tier 3 because they're pulling off 45 each, so the first one will bring this from 300 down to what, 2 something-ish, and make it not a problem anymore. Now we just need a power hookup, which is conveniently right there. So we hook all of these up. 4, 5, 6. Alright, get a second pole in. Alright, all of these are hooked up. The output side is going to need Mark II belts. Alright, so now we can take this, which is 100 concrete, and we can take it, sneaking in through here to where the pipes are. And cross them over this pipeline, a little bit higher up, I guess, and then back down. Alright, so now we have this, and we have these, so we need 5 assemblers for encased industrial pipes. Gonna get some room here. Alright, so then it's gonna come out of this splitter here, and let's see here. Assembler manifold. We need 5 of them, which again is conveniently not an even number. Alright, so then we have 2 and 4, and geez, that's cutting it a bit close, but it works. And one last assembler, which lines up there. Alright, so then that goes there. That is probably there. Alright. And then all those get hooked up. And then these are encased industrial pipe assemblers. So let's set them to that. Boop, 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 At least it's an even number of assemblers this time. We don't have to do any underclocking or overclocking for this. But these... Alright, so now we have to just hook that in there, pull that up there, and power. Where's the power pole? There's a power pole. Alright, so then we hook them up like so. Alright. And we need to actually finish that. Make that row there. Make the concrete row. Alright. And that is, I believe, done with that. So now we have 5 encased industrial pipe assemblers, and we can gather the outputs, which shouldn't be that much. Yep, just 20. Alright, cool. Now, all we have to do is take our remaining ingredients and hook them into our heavy modular frame manufacturers. So, let's see. We have encased industrial pipes here. We have regular pipes there. Screws are there. And modular frames are right here. Right, and the modular frames also need to be hooked up into one single line. So yeah, I guess that can just happen here. Did I set up a manufacturer manifold blueprint at any point? I really hope I did, because making them kinda sucks. Please no manufacturer blueprint. Alright, well, we need to hook up 2 of them. So let's just go there and there. And I hope I have prepared enough space for this. Gonna try to make this compact. Like there. 2, 3, and 4. And stack up to the moon. Alright. Now we just need to repeat this over here, which is 1. Two, 3, and 4. And then we hook all of the belts up. And we send them into the machine, and we have to get rid of these because they are very ugly looking. It's much better to just have floating... Oh no, too steep. Shoot. That's bad. Alright, well, in that case, we're gonna have to take all of this apart and build it with more space between the splitters. Alright, the first one is fine, of course. It's just... Alright. Oh, let's get that back in. I shouldn't have deconstructed this one. It was perfectly fine. Alright, so now we have the second one. And the third one. And the fourth one. And that should be plenty of space to not be too steep. So let's get these in. Is that? Yeah, that's it. Alright, so then that goes there. That goes down there. That goes down there. Now we've confirmed that it does work. And this, by the way, this is why I just hope that I had a blueprint preset. I should probably be making this in a blueprint designer as a blueprint, because this is awful. Alright, well, we have the next one, which is there. And that one is there, and then this one is there. And then we get rid of all of the supports. And we hook that into that, and that into that, and that into that. And done. Alright. Manufacturer manifolds suck. So now we just have to set these to be heavy modular frames. And find a power pole somewhere like there. And power them on. Alright, and now for the fun part. Actually hooking all of this stuff up. So we have this, which is the industrial beams. So that's in. We have the steel pipes, which are at 180, so that will come up there, and that's in. And this needs to be Mark 2. Actually, no, it doesn't, but whatever. Alright, then next up are the modular frames, which are, if I remember, like right here. And there's 20 a minute of them, not a huge amount. So can you slip under both of these? Yes, you can. And then get up there, which looks terrible. And I think the easiest way to fix that is going to be to bring these guys back here and up so they have more room to gain height early. And then finally, the piece of resistance, the screws. So we have to head all the way over here. And this is a full belt of screws, probably, unless I've messed up. So this then comes around here. Raises up over that. Then comes around here. And in. Yep. And these need to be upgraded because it's so many screws. And other than that, everything else should be good. And we run around back. And we hook them up to a merger. And I don't have... Alright, I can fix that. Alright, so then they go into a box. And then I think I need to... Yes. So I can crafting bench these. And get some of them. And burn through some random pipes in my inventory in the process. And now I can put down a dimensional depot and hook it up. And modular frames, heavy modular frames even, are now being produced. Can I double that? I could, but I won't. Alright, power-wise, this should all be, like, very manageable. Yep. Alright, well, this is definitely a production line. Do I have any yet? Yes, I do. I have 4 heavy modular frames in dimensional storage. It's beautiful. Alright, so these are currently, it's all operating on backlogs at the moment, which means it might, yeah, so between backlogs and manifolds filling up, it's basically going to be impossible to bug test this at the moment. So I think I'm going to leave and bug test my power generation, which is, as you can see, not functioning properly. So I'm going to leave, try to figure out how to fix that, and then hopefully by the time, hopefully that goes quickly, but inevitably when it takes a while, then I should be able to come back here and confirm that everything is running properly at the HMF factory. So yeah, that is exciting. That's huge progress. Even if it isn't 100%, hopefully it'll still run to some degree and start getting me some heavy modular frames so I can finish off the upgrades for the last couple of hub upgrades for this tier. And then we start worrying about the next phase. Alright. So let's head over. Right, this has a hypertube, which I've been operating under the assumption that it's faster. I'm pretty sure it's faster. If it isn't, it's probably about the same. So let's get into the hypertube. Alright. We are in the hypertube. So yeah, heavy modular frame production is going. That feels great. Power production is definitely a thing. So let's head over and see what is gone wrong over there. See if we can fix it. So, up this hill in the hypertube. This is currently, by the way, the only hypertube that I have constructed. Which is somewhat of a problem because I have a lot more ground to cover that I end up having to walk the whole way. Or when I say walk, I mean mostly fly. But still, not ideal. Oh yeah, that. I remember that. That's how I do my factory parts. Alright, and we come over here to this massive field of power generators, which are evidently swinging, somewhat fluctuating. I would like to have steady, consistent power and not a fluctuating mess. So let's take a trip over and see what is going on. Definitely messy. Let's check here. This one is at 100%. This one is at 100%. And these are on the ends of their lines. So theoretically, if there are problems, they should be coming from them. So then, I see red over here. So these ones have red. Do those ones have red? No, those look all green. Let's confirm here. This is the last one, so again, if there are problems, it'll be with this one. 95%. Alright, that's notable. 100%. Alright, hang on. Just a moment. Alright. Bot has been removed from chat. Alright, and are these ones 9% even? So, there's something especially bad going with these two lines up on the top left. So let's trace them back, and I'm just gonna grab some of that out of my inventory on the assumption that it's the problem, because let's be real, it's always been the problem before. Alright, so here we have these machines. And wouldn't you know it, they are short on packaged fuel. So this one is at 100%, but it's these ones in the middle? Why on earth? This is not how manifolds work, guys. The ones in the middle don't starve. Alright, well, I'll fill you up, I guess. The ones on the end are supposed to be the ones that starve. I can't imagine why these would starve. Yeah, that's weird for sure. There are no output problems. Those, right. So that one at the very end, I guess that makes sense. The one at the very end is super low, which means there's more spare available for this one at not quite the very end. Let's put that in. Alright, so assuming the problem is just a lack of canisters in this system, that should solve it. Probably. Let's see, is there anywhere else that is low on canisters? Is this one? Yes. Alright, so you get a canister, and you get a couple canisters, and a set of empty ones, and you get some empty canisters, and I don't even know if this is the problem with these factories, to be honest. Like, it's gotta be, right? Because everything I've done here is symmetrical. So the only reason the right side would be functioning properly while the left side isn't is because there are more canisters in the system on the right side for whatever reason, just because of how I placed them. But I guess let's... Yeah, I mean, those canisters are going to be causing problems for like the entire rest of everything, probably. Like, this one is... These ones are yellow. No, this is not a canister problem. We have a heavy oil residue problem here. Which makes sense because that's the end of the line. But it doesn't make sense because there should be enough heavy oil residue. And these heavy oil residue pipes are pipes of 200, I believe, so it shouldn't be capped out. Alright, this one was flickering yellow there, and it's short on crude oil. So the crude oil is being fully used. Okay. Let's try adding a buffer. Oh. Well, no shit. That wasn't overclocked. This is supposed to be overclocked to 300. Obviously, it's not going to work if it wasn't overclocked properly. So I bet that is probably the source of all the problems that I've been having. I'm going to run over here and just confirm that this one is overclocked properly. Yes, it is. Alright. So that should resolve that problem. And I can overclock it past 300 to solve it faster. And that's probably also the cause for the asymmetrical issues. The other side just had more... Alright, so yeah, we're going to overclock you to 360. Just... I mean, these pipes can only carry 300 anyway, but this... Well, it'll probably solve something, maybe. I don't know. Just get a bit of a buffer in there. I've heard that buffers help. Now, unfortunately, I can't just dump more crude oil in from my inventory. I am actually just going to have to wait for that to fill up. But still, that is probably the issue. If I had to guess, that solution plus, you know, the extra cartridges certainly won't hurt, and then the extra crude oil should resolve the whole problem. So I just need to wait for these last couple to start going all the time, which shouldn't even take too long. So yeah, this one is filling up its internal buffer. This one, its internal buffer is full. Yeah, I mean, there isn't really anything that I can do to speed this up. I could technically sloop a machine, but that would be silly. That would be silly to do for other reasons. So this is definitely filling up. It should be hitting 100% soon. So yeah, once this buffer fills all the way, then the last two machines will get their fair share and be running 100% of the time. And that'll be that for that problem. Anyway, is there any problems here? Nope, 100%. Lovely. All right. That's cool. We still have, like, realistically a lot of time to kill before I can confidently go back and confirm that the other thing is working. This power is going to be sketchy for a while because there are a lot of manifolds to fill here. But yeah, look at that. This one is now producing at 100%. Which means that this heavy oil goes up at 100% and everything should click into place from here. Although this might be another problem with internal buffers. Yeah, so here we're going to have to wait a bit for that machine to fill with heavy oil. But I can always cheat and just throw that in there. Alright, this machine looked like it wasn't working. So these are short on packaged water? Alright, time to trace back the packaged water supply problem. It's this belt here. Let's follow this belt along, see where it leads us. Alright, so we have this belt, which is splitting between a couple of different things. Yeah, so we have yellow here. Why are you yellow? No discernible reason. It looks like a water shortage? Why are you short on water? Don't be short on water. Alright. These last two are short on water. Alright, well, that's annoying. Alright, so let's track this back. So this gets water from these two machines, which are 85% and 90%. So that's going to be like 200-ish. And then this machine, which the valve is capping it at 60. So how is it possible that these machines are not producing at full efficiency, presumably because this water is filling up, but simultaneously there is not enough water for these machines here at the end. 60, 120, 180, 240, 300. Yeah, this should be enough. It should be precisely enough. And it looks like sloshing, I guess, would be the problem. pipe stuff is just the worst. Is this one also having a problem? Why are you having a problem? Right, you're having a canister shortage. I can fix that. Any other yellows? This one is yellow. Why are you having a problem? Also a canister shortage. Alright, any others having any problems? Have you decided to become fixed? No. You are still not working fully. How? How are you at 86%? Because there's too much water. Alright, well, let's try... Let's try just recklessly adding a pipeline pump. See if that helps. Flow rate is approaching 300. Alright, I think that may have resolved the problem. Because flow rate is now 300, which should be good news for these machines. Why is this one dying? Alright. Why are you running out of water? Are you not full? No, you're not. You're full. Yeah, you're full. Alright, I think that was just still filling up. Alright, surely this will stay stable and not run out of water for no reason. It's hard to tell. It looks like it isn't, though. I do not understand. Alright. I do not understand why things are going wrong here. But wait, this one is doing fine, though. Water, please. Alright. Is this still flow rate 300? Flow rate 300. Flow rate 300. And then on this side it'll be like 240 or something. Yeah. Alright. You seem to be short on canisters, so I'll feed you some extra just to be sure. Alright. Yeah, that should be working now, I think. This one looks good. This one's up at 16. Is that the one that I just had to pump? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, for whatever reason, it's skipping over this one to prioritize this one, I think. But I also think it is getting enough flow rate that it should work. It should be fully stable the whole way through. And that one is good to go. And this one is suffering from a canister shortage. I have another stack of canisters. And have another stack of canisters. And have a couple more canisters, I guess. Hold up, these canisters are moving very slowly. Oh no, this is the small one, right, which is 100%. Yeah, that will be at 100%. It's just I fixed it recently. Alright, I think that should be good news for everything here. Power is still being funny with me. Let's look back at these heavy oil stuff, which looks to be up to 100% now. Alright, so if the heavy oil is up to 100%, then I can move up here. Do I see any yellows on this level? Not at first glance. Although this one is short on packaged water, which I can't really do anything to fix. This one, but yeah, it looks like the packaged water problem is good there. Alright, well that's something to investigate at least. This side has more than enough packaged water, whereas this one does not. So what is going on with this packaged water specifically? Is it filling up any buffers? Doesn't really look like it. Alright, so that is this one here, which hopefully I've just fixed and will be working now. That would be ideal. So it's coming from... oh, no. Alright, so it's coming from two places. It's coming from this line and another line. This line is at 100% very comfortably. And so now we just have to investigate the other line to see if it is working properly. So the other source of packaged water is this. We follow this line along, and it's coming from here. So is this one working at 100% efficiency? 100% there. Canisters are low, but stable, apparently. 86% here for no obvious reason. It's full on canisters and full on water. I think this... well, this is a machine that I just put canisters into. So that shouldn't be a concern. And yeah, it's probably fine. Alright, here we are seeing some stuttering on this line. Are all of these working at 100%? Yes. So that stuttering is just the line being fully saturated. So yeah, the line is fully saturated, but it's only running at, what, 300 instead of 480, so it's going to stutter. And that's perfectly normal. In fact, the other lines should also look like that. This line looks like that. This line doesn't. And where is it being fed from? It's being fed from this, which is being fed from these machines, which are 100% there. And then we head over to the other side. And 100% there. Alright, well, let's just try to get this line closer to being fully saturated, shall we? Put a couple more canisters in it. So yeah, we just pretty much put canisters anywhere where they aren't. Alright, what is this? That is a floor hole that isn't a real floor hole. Because I didn't have them when I was building this, so that's interesting. Alright, let's see this. This line is 81% here because of water. Alright. Well, let's put some packaged fuel in there to make it act as if they're running at 100% for a while. I really wish the indicator lights could be like set to show you overall, like if it's working at 90%, the indicator light is going to be green 90% of the time, despite the fact that I need to fix it. So here's a heavy oil residue shortage again. So this is, yep, it's the last one in the line. So this one probably has the same problem. These ones are all filled. Alright, let's run over here and see what the flow rate is. It's like 100 and some. Alright, it's going up to like 280, 290. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be up to a full 300. But freaking liquids, man. Alright, let's check this line anyway. It could just be like the last effects of that fix that I made recently. Alright, so are any of these machines below 100%? No, they should all be at 100%. And yeah, that's probably fine. Now I think it should stabilize itself out. And what was it? This machine that was having problems? Yeah. This machine is definitely having problems. Are these other machines filling up still? That one is full. This one looks like it's stable. Or maybe losing slightly. It's hard to tell. And then this one is not always functioning. Just gonna drag some random junk out of my inventory that I happen to see. Alright. How do I fix this heavy oil residue problem? I think the answer is normally, if you're having problems with liquids being liquids, you can put in a reservoir and it'll fix the problem. So if I take that pipe down, and I stick a fluid buffer in. So that feeds into the fluid buffer. That goes up there. This fluid buffer should probably solve the problem by basically converting this into a more steady flow, I think. It's hard to tell if that's working, but it can't hurt, right? Now, are we facing similar problems on other lines? So this would be the last couple on this one, and it's at 100%, 100%. This would be the last one on this line, and it's... Alright, it's 84%, but it's a packaging problem, not a heavy oil problem. So let's grab some packaged fuel and throw that in. And throw that in there. And throw that in there, I guess. So that will add more to this whole system and should hopefully resolve some of the problems. Although, I think having these be like 120 instead will actually more meaningfully like get the fuel into the system as opposed to just sitting in there like 80% of the time. So that should be fine. Again, won't hurt. And what do we have here? Yeah, I mean it's... the fluid buffer is going to be filling, which means this whole thing is basically going to have to restart. And we have packaging problems here as well. So let's throw some extra fuel in there and upgrade you to get it out faster. So this fluid buffer is filling, it looks like. So eventually, like, the pressure should equalize or something, and this fluid buffer will just fill all of these machines and stay stable. Alright, well, it's very difficult to tell. Like, my fixes have definitely been helping to some degree. But how much is a different story. We're going to put some packaged fuel in there so that you can pretend to be online, even though you're not. Alright. So this is much more inconvenient to have to deal with because of all the fluids. Fluids are a nightmare. My heavy modular frame factory should be easier to troubleshoot than this because it's all solid. And I think I've probably spent enough time here. That the heavy modular frame factory will probably have reached equilibrium, or at least close to it. So let's leave the fuel generation. One last check. It's looking much more stable now. It's still not great. It's still not 100% stable, but it's much, much closer. So we've definitely made improvements. We've definitely made significant improvements even. So now let's head back to heavy modular frames and mess around with them for a bit. Oh. My sprint crouch stuff just didn't work there and slowed me down a lot. That's not a problem, but it surprised me. Alright, and now we fly over. So let's see what we can do about these heavy modular frames. I mean, for all I know, they might be working perfectly first try. Although, I kind of doubt it. Let's head over and see what exactly is going on over there. Yeah, I mean, the hypertube is definitely fast going this way since it's mostly downhill. Yeah, probably should set up a hypertube. I should spend more time setting up hypertubes around so I don't have to fly half of the way. Like, only having the one little shortcut through the hypertube is kind of a pain. Alright. We are almost there. I can see my ridiculous little train network, which is just completely ridiculous. Like, there's no reason to do this. It doesn't help at all. The limestones, there are multiple limestone sources closer to my train station than the place I'm getting the limestone. And the place I'm getting the limestone is also closer than my train station is. Like, imagine if I just run the limestone belt from there to there and skipped the whole stupid train in between. That would have been great. Alright, we're here now. Let's look. Right, so when you're looking at these, you typically want to be looking at the ends of the manifolds. Like, this is 100%, which is perfect. And if that's 100%, then this is 100%. No output problems there. I do see yellow over here. What is your problem? The problem is you're over full. Yeah, in fact, this whole modular frame line is hardly moving. Alright. So this whole line is hardly moving. Only one of the machines is stopped for being over full. Did I forget to set the... This machine isn't even hooked up. How is it? How is that the case? Alright, so I need 20 modular frames, and these are 3 pursers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Right? Am I doing that right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yes, that is the correct counting. And so this last one is correctly clocked down, but it somehow it wasn't hooked up, and there was still too many heavy modular frames. Alright, so that's operating at like super low percentage for no reason. This one is operating at super low percentage because of a lack of plates. So let's go investigate the plate supply. The 3 machines, 100%, 100%, 100%. No, reinforced iron plates should be enough. Were any of these underclocked to... Alright, so that's underclocked to 3.35. But it should be 3.33, so there should even be a tiny surplus of plates. A very tiny surplus, but not a deficit. So that is short. Oh, it's just a manifold problem. The surplus is so tiny, so it's taking forever. Let's just fill in that. Yeah, so these are all working. And the modular frames aren't backed up except for this. Why are the modular frames backed up in these last couple? Are they not being fully used? Is there some other shortage? 75%. And it looks like it's an encased industrial beam problem. 77% encased industrial beams. Alright, so what is going on with you guys? You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. Alright, yeah, this is another manifold problem. Concrete stacks are enormous. And also this one just straight up isn't hooked up. So let's do that. Just unbelievable carelessness over here. Just straight up did not hook the machine up. Alright, well, encased industrial beams will be flowing now. And let's give it the concrete buffer that it needs. Just so that there are no problems here. And these ones should be full, right? Yes, full and full. Alright, so that should draw more from on the heavy modular frames now that this should be running at full capacity. The encased industrial beams will fill up. And yeah, it's taking a little time, but now the increased supply is kicked in. And it's very easily filling up. So final production should be good to go. And I have 2 full stacks of heavy modular frames in my inventory already. Another stack waiting to be uploaded, and another stack in the container. Lovely. Alright, so now I guess the next thing to do is not a regular splitter. I need you to be a smart splitter. So then we can do sinking, and we need more space for that. Alright, so now this will be on overflow, and we will always be producing heavy modular frames. This factory will never stop for any reason. And just to confirm, looks like everything else is also working properly. Alright, I'm gonna fly around and see if I see any other yellows. Oh, there's a yellow in the screws. So what is going on over here? Is this another manifold problem? No, it is an output problem. Alright, that's fine then. I believe that's fine. Yes, this is all running at max belt capacity. And, oh, is this the... No, this is the one that's doing the whole merger shenanigans. So yeah, screws are very backed up, but... So this splitter is... It looks like it's working fine. As long as it's outputting to both sides, then it should balance out. The concern here is, right, this splitter is getting dibs on this intersection, which is causing this one to stop working, which is drawing more of this one's production this way. And the same could happen on the other side. And it's hard to tell whether that's happening or not. Oh, it probably is happening. Yeah, I wish there was a way to get smart mergers. And there isn't, right? I'm just going to confirm. European Caterium, no programmable splitter, but no smart mergers, unfortunately. Alright, well that's probably going to break in like a million years when all those infinite buffers along there run down. But for now, it's probably fine. So I'm going to head back to the hub and do some upgrades now that I have heavy modular frames. So yeah, let's do some last upgrades, and then I guess we can start thinking about completing the phase. Because we are producing, I believe, all of the major materials for this phase. I believe we're doing all of them, and it's just a matter of space elevator parts, and obviously the other couple of hub upgrades along the way, which I absolutely do want to get. So yeah, I mean, the thing with creating hypertubes is that, like, ideally I'm not even going to be heading over there much at all ever again. Like, it's just going to run silently in the background forever. Like my motor factory, which I haven't been back to in like a week and a half. So it's sort of hard to justify running hypertubes because of that. I probably should at least have a hypertube towards the general area. It's hard to say. But yeah, let's run back and do some hub upgrades. And yeah, probably not going to do too much more this stream. Although I'll see what the hub upgrades are. We might, if we burn through them really quick, we might even end up setting up the project elevator parts. That could be fun. Also should be pretty quick. Alright, pipeline engineering. We need 1,000 rubber and plastic, which is unfortunately impossible for now. We're gonna have to run over there. Running over there and grabbing some stacks will be quicker than waiting for them to fill. Alright. No, the rubber and plastic is this way, not that way. Don't want to head towards the power generation on habit. Alright, please. I just wanted to slide, not crouch in place and lose all of my momentum. Alright. 1, 2, 3 stacks of rubber. 1, 2, 3 stacks of plastic. And we're off back towards the hub. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. To the hub we go, to the hub we go. Let's land on that. And then I guess land on this thing under the space elevator platform. And then the rest of the way. Alright. Throw this in, throw that in, and pipeline Mark II. Cool.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better. Pipes seem to be objects of fascination to humans.
Yep.
In fact, there are reported instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for
Yeah,
hours.
I think I'm one of the recorded instances of humans doing that just now. Alright, so we get pump Mark IIs, we get pipeline Mark IIs, which would have been convenient to have before all of this, but that would have required me to have heavy modular frames, which would have required me to have power. So yeah. And then we have Blueprint Designer Mark II. So let's grab some more rubber, grab some concrete, grab some computers, grab some heavy modular frames. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait for rubber to show up, but we're gonna have to wait. Oh gosh. Our venerable old concrete production facility is starting to collapse. Yeah, we're gonna need more than this. So let's just see. So that's 45 a minute. Alright, well, I suppose we can put a pair of constructors over there. And please, power. Oh, these are Mark 1s, so I can upgrade them. Alright. And then set these to concrete. And then split that. This is very much a sloppy way of doing it, but it's concrete production. It does not need to be extremely sophisticated. It is what it is. No, not like that. Why would you do it like that? What? Why would you do it like that twice in a row after I just dismantled it because you did it like that last time? Alright, so now I have that. Now I have... There's room for a merger on that. Okay. Well, that's all horrific. And I'm going to need like 135 limestone to do this, which means upgrade time. Alright, so that will be 240 limestone, which that needs to be Mark II, and that should be good to go. Alright, so now we should be making 45 concrete a minute, which is still kind of embarrassing, but at least it's not horrendous. So we take the rest of the concrete, we grab some more rubber. We almost have enough rubber on hand. And we almost have enough concrete on hand. And the pot is almost back. And what milestone is this? Right, the blueprint Mark II. That'll be nice to have. I would love to be able to set up a refinery blueprint that includes both sides of the refinery. That would be handy. Alright, so we have enough computers, we have enough modular frames. And the pod is gonna just come through. Sorry, I've sort of put a roof there. You're gonna have to find your way around. Alright. Pod is back. So we can dump all this in. And grab more concrete. Grab more rubber. And off you go.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently.
Yep.
We listen to pioneers.
It's not so much a question of managing the space efficiently as it is a question of, like, half of the buildings take up the entire blueprint by themselves. Alright, so that is everything up to unlocking Phase 3. So look at that, we're through 6 tiers. There's only 3 tiers left. And now I guess we're gonna have to run over here and see what on earth is going on about our space elevator parts. Alright, so let's tear all of this down and basically rebuild most of it from scratch. Alright, so we need... Oh, there's sloops in here. And power shards? Talk about wasteful, just leaving those lying around. Basically free... basically just completely wasted. Alright. So here we have versatile frameworks. We do need these, and we need a lot of them. So let's get some modular frames in and some steel beams in. Alright, so that is going to take the longest time and probably the most resources, if I had to guess. So I'll set that up now. The next thing is the... What are they even called? Engine modular engines. So we need motors, rubber, and smart plating. So that one's going to be a two-step process. And right now, I'm just going to get rid of all of that. Yep, let's just get rid of all of that for extra space here. So, first we need a smart plating assembler. And then we need... Why would you do it like that? Do it the normal way, please. Thank you. Alright, so... Hang on, wait. Is it an assembler recipe? No, it's a manufacturer recipe. Alright, so I'm gonna need that guy in there. You set to modular engine. And you set to smart plating. And I need to get this started immediately. And then I'll start doing the calculations on how much stuff I actually need. Alright, so I need 500 of these engines, which means I need 1,000 motors. What's 15 times 500? It's 5,000... what, 7,500 rubber? And 1,000 smart plating, which is going to be 1,000 each of reinforced plates and rotors. No, not 100. It's 1,000, which is 1,000 reinforced plates and 1,000 rotors. Alright, this needs to be powered by a power pole. Alright, up you go. That one is already hooked up. Oh, I do want this to be slooped though, because it would be a complete waste not to. And I guess I'll also sloop that one. And I mean, it's gonna be too good to not sloop that, but and then these other two things that it needs are just ingredients that I just plopped down in boxes like so. Alright, and they are motors and rubber. Alright, I think I actually want this to not be on at the moment because I want to be slooping it, and I don't have the summer sloop to do both that and the smart plating at the same time. So wait, I actually need 1,000 smart plating. That's a lot. In that case, since I want to be doing it in 2 steps for slooping purposes, I need to have the smart plating feeding into a box. Alright. And now this is set to do smart plating. We sloop it. And we're going to need to feed it via boxes as well. So many boxes. Alright. Storage container 1, storage container 2. And reinforced plates go there. And how many? It's 1,000, but because I'm slooping, I only need... Oh, I actually need way less. Slooping is busted. Where's the rotors? Yeah, so I only need... If it's going to be slooped the whole way through, then that means instead of 1,000 smart plating, I'll only need 500. So I'll update these. And that's 3750. And then, so if I'm going to be slooping the smart plating, then I only need 250 each. Because I only need 500 and it's 1 to 2. So yeah, we're basically... I'm going to speed that up. We're basically done with rotors and reinforced plates. So that is enough there. Which is lovely. And then down here we have this one, which is mod frames and steel beams. Alright, so then this one is also being slooped, and I need 2,500 of them, and it's 1 to 4 on mod frames, so I will need like 625 mod frames, and it is 3 to 1 on steel beams. So I am going to need math 7,500 steel beams. God, that's so many. Alright. Well, mod frames, and throw more in. And then the last thing are the engines, which... Alright, well, I may as well bring this down to have that belt there. And I also may as well start grabbing motors and rubber. So this isn't on right now, which is important so as to not be wasteful. So this is smart plating production, and it's cooking along at max as fast as it can, basically. This I'm going to want to overcharge as fast as it can go. Alright, so yeah, the engines are going to need their own manufacturer, which fits in there, or adaptive control units rather. Alright, and they need 3 things from a box and automated wiring. So I guess we'll put down there 3 boxes. That's a 1. Okay, that's a bit close. Need some breathing room. And this is going to have to go out horizontally. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and hook it up to power, but not turn it on yet. So we need, let's see, we need 100 of these, and it's going to be 1 to 2 once it's slooped. So it's going to be 5 to 2 in circuit boards. So it's going to be 250 circuit boards, I think. And it's going to be 50 HMFs and 100 computers. And same as circuit boards, it's going to be 250 automated wiring, which is an assembler recipe. Automated wiring is stators and cables at pretty awful ratios. Okay, so that's going to be annoying. Let's power it, sloop it, and put the 2 boxes in. And figure out what ratios we need. Alright, so this is 1 to 1 for, no, it's 1 to 2 for stators. So I'm going to need, so 250, so I'm going to need 125 stators, and it's 10 to 1 for cables, so 2,500 cables. Alright, let's grab me some cables and some stators. Throw them in. That's enough stators actually. And that's not anywhere near enough cables. Alright, well, the first stages are all producing now. So I need to, what do I need to grab? I need to grab cables. I need to grab steel. I need to grab cables for this urgently. This one, I guess I can throw the things in. I don't have circuit boards hooked up actually. So HMFs, I need 50 of, which is easy. Computers, I need 100 of, which is easy. Automated wiring, work in progress, of course. Make sure this is production paused. So circuit boards are the problem, so I need to grab circuit boards from the computer factory. I'm going to mark these with asterisks. So I need to grab circuit boards, I need to grab cables, I need to grab steel beams, I need to grab mod frames, and I need to grab rubber. And motors will probably just trickle in. Yeah, where do these motors go? Here. Yep, so there's another 100 of them. So let's grab some stuff. Oh wait, I have like a non-trivial amount of smart plating in my inventory. I should put that into this box here. Alright, let's grab You. Me. Hello. Yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Cable production is here. So let's grab 6, 8, 1,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, and another couple. Throw those in the box. And that'll be all the cables I need. Oh, I ran into the space elevator. Alright, so then this is the cable box. These all go in here. Alright, that's that. So next up, I need to grab a lot of modular frames, also from right over here. Let's see, modular frames should be in this box. And please be full or almost full, yes. 5, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650. That's enough of them. Alright, we're gonna run back over here, figure out where these are supposed to go. Alright, I think these were supposed to go back on floor 1. Yes, in this box. Alright, and we need to grab steel beams, because that stuff is just not producing at all right now. How is smart plating going? Smart plating is 150. Making good progress. So yeah, let's go grab some steel beams. From in here. Alright, it's a bit of a trick out to the steel beam factory. Alright, we are here, and we need to grab so many of these. Like, I don't think this box has enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000, 200, 4, 6, 8, 2,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3,000, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4,000, 2, 4... Empty up some space. 6, 8, 5,000. 5,200. We're gonna have to make a second trip and also wait for that to fill up again. Boy, it sure does use a lot of steel beams. Alright, off we go. Just traveling along. Hypertube. So yeah, we have a heavy modular frame factory set up. We have computer factory set up. And we are currently just working on space elevator parts. Alright. We're heading on over. Now, I really wish I had enough summer sloops to do all of this at once, but I don't. So that's a shame. Alright, so let's get back down here. This is where all of these go. In you go. All the steel beams you could ever use, and then some. Alright, yes, that box is full. Feed the rest directly in there. And so that is 25 per minute. So like more than an hour until that's done, which is slow. Very slow. Now we need 500 smart plating, which we currently have half of already. We're getting 10 per minute, so that's like, what? So it's 200 total, so it's like 20 minutes-ish for that. That's nice. Okay, we need to stop by the circuit boards. And that's going to be awkward because they're like middle of a production line. Alright, automated wiring is 5 per minute. We can accelerate that and make this one higher tier belt. Alright. And then so now I need to start checking off what I already have finished and what I don't. So I need more motors, which I'm just going to keep doing that for. I don't need that many. So I have almost 300. I only need 500. Alright, rubber is nowhere near enough. So I'm going to have to... Alright, so let's check. Motors are good. I don't need a run for that. Rubbers are not good. I need a run for that. Smart plating is good. Alright, so I need a run for rubber. Reinforced plates and rotors are good. Mod frames are good. Steel beams I need another run for. I need a run for circuit boards. I have heavy modular frames, computers, stators, and cables. So yeah, I just need another run of steel beams and then a run for rubber and circuit boards. I guess I'll run over to get circuit boards now because, to be honest, I'm not sure there are 250 circuit boards just sitting in the factory. I don't have them stored anywhere because they're not... I probably should store them at some point, but I don't at the moment. Alright, let's head over. Please say that there's something wacky going on with my computer production and there's just a huge amount of circuit boards piling up somewhere. That would be very convenient. Alright, circuit boards, circuit boards, circuit boards. Please be piling up. No, it's the limiting factor. Dang. That sucks. Alright, well, computers are piling up. I can afford to turn these off for a while and just accumulate circuit boards. And while that happens, I'm going to head over to the rubber plant and pick up a silly amount of rubber. And then I will be back there to pick up the circuit boards. And then the steel beams are going to become the issue. Where is the rubber plant? It's here? Yeah, I think this is it here. Maybe? Or is this the old fuel plant? No, this is the old fuel plant. Alright. Understandable. This is the rubber plant up here. So I need a lot, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2,000. 2, 4, 6, 8, 3,000. 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright. That's the rubber. Now we don't get turned around and we head back. I guess we head back up here to drop the rubber off, and then hopefully we'll have accumulated 250 circuit boards by then. We don't have dimensional storage for them, so we do actually have to pick up the full 250 of them. But yeah, it would be nice to be able to, if not literally finish this today, then at least get it all set up so I don't have to do anything more to finish it today. Alright, so this is the rubber box, and in goes the rubber. Alright. Rubber, check. Circuit boards are next, and then we're going to have to assess the damage on the steel beams, which, gosh, I still need thousands of them, and I just drained them. So that's a bit dicey. Alright. Yep. Space elevator parts sure is a whole lot of running around, but there's no way I'm setting up whole production lines for them when I could do this instead. I'll pick up a power slug. I am sort of in need of power shards. Not desperately, but sort of. Alright. And let's see. Circuit boards have not really piled up all that much. So I'm getting, what, 7.5, 15, 20 a minute. So this will take a couple minutes to accumulate as well. Like 10, 15 minutes-ish for this. Yeah, so like 10 more minutes after this then. So there are a good number on the belts. Alright. Well, I am up to 83 circuit boards, up to 90 something, and yeah, I mean, we're not really gonna make it go any faster by standing around here. Let's run back, drop these off, and then grab the rest of the steel. Alright, so we are just about over here, and these circuit boards go in this box, I believe. Yes. Alright, how are the smart plating going? 100, 200, up to almost 300, and we need 500 of it, I believe. Yep. Alright. Let's go see if steel is producing at a reasonable rate. And then by the time that is done, the rest of the circuit boards should be in, and then it is no longer a collecting game, but a waiting game. Alright, we are over here at the steel plant, and let's see, it wasn't these ones, those are the encased ones, it was these ones over here. Oh, jeez. Alright, so there's some, but not a lot. Yikes, 15 a minute, and we need thousands of them. I guess we'll pick up every little scrap that we can. So we are still like a couple thousand short, but they are being produced. I don't suppose that there's just a random box with steel beams in it. No, probably not. I don't even use them for producing what is it, industrial beams. There's not going to be any spares there. Alright, well, steel beams are now going to be picked up through the dimensional storage faster than they are being produced. So I guess we have those now. And into the tube we go. Alright, well, at least Versatile Framework production is coming along. So yeah, there's no more need to head over there to check on steel beams. It is just going to be a question of pulling them through the dimensional storage. Which means circuit boards are the only thing left that we have to travel for, and I think they'll probably be done by the time we get over to them. I think technically we needed to throw more motors in this box as well. Let's do that while we're passing by. And I guess while we're here we may as well also put these steel beams in this box. Alright, now to the computer plant to grab the rest of the circuit boards. Heading on over. Yep. Space elevator parts are definitely a bit of a hassle. At least the way I'm doing them. It's definitely much faster, but it was also a lot more walking around and a lot less like factory designing as it is just walking back and forth between a couple of locations. Alright, and let's grab me some circuit boards. Yep, just indiscriminately grabbing circuit boards from the belts. And I realized I don't know exactly how many I need to grab here, but I think there are enough present that if I just grab all of them, I can turn on computer production again and have enough. So we're at 126. Oh, here's a big chunk of them for some reason. We're at 150. We grabbed more than 100 last time, I think. If it turns out I grabbed like 80 last time, then I'll be very sad, and I'll have to make another trek out here, but as it is... In fact, I'm confident enough that I'm going to turn computer production back on, so I don't forget about that. That would be a bad thing to forget about. On. And on. Alright. And we are heading back. Alright. Now we are here. And we have, let's see here, this box. I don't know, it might be close. So there's 236 in the box. There's another... Yikes. Hang on. Let me pick all these up. If I'm literally like 5 short, oh my god. I am 2 circuit boards short. I should be able to manually craft. I should be able to manually craft some circuit boards. Yes. All right. Literally 2 circuit boards. All right. So that's done. Steel beams still coming along. This is the steel beams box. And so let's see. The problem is if I put down more machines to make this go faster, I can't really do that because of summer sloop limitations. This is 100, 200, 300, what, 375, so we're 125 smart plating short, which will show up eventually. And then I think we have everything else all set up and ready to go. Wait, automated wiring. I need 250 of it. I need to just set up a box for it. Alright, well this is going to be incredibly cursed, but that goes there. This loops back around there and into the box where all that goes, and then this box then goes into there. Alright, so automated wiring production is starting again, so that's nice. Well, it's kind of frustrating because I have to babysit these machines to swap the sloops over once the first phase is done. Once the automated wiring and the smart plating is done producing, that is. I'll have to swap the sloops over, and that's not going to be terribly long. until that happens. But also there isn't really anything like productive that I can be doing while I wait. And also I can only have one of these two slooped at a time, which is annoying. Alright, well, I think we're gonna call it there for today. Just have some waiting to do on some production, and then we will be done with phase 3, so that'll be the first thing we do next stream. We'll be finish phase 3 and then start on phase 4. Make sure to follow if you haven't already followed. Yeah, I make Magic the Gathering content as well as Satisfactory. So if you're interested in either of those, make sure to check it out. And I will be back here on Thursday playing Satisfactory. Otherwise, I'll be playing Magic on tomorrow. And yeah, see you guys then.